Alright, so welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, the hardest career series. Today's episode we're going for 3 objectives around the Mun, with Keminis 7 and 8. We have Rendezvous, 2 vessels in orbit of the Mun, but not dock. In order to transfer 2 crew, or sorry, 1 crew, any crew basically, between 2 vessels near the Mun. When we do this without docking, we'll automatically go on orbital spacewalk near the Mun, so that'll be automatic. So that's the 3 objectives for today's missions. So Kemini 7 is waiting at Pad A, and Kemini 8 is waiting at Pad B. So we'll head to Pad A first, launch 7 into orbit, then we're going to come back here and launch 8 into orbit. Then we're going to perform the TMI for both spacecraft. Okay, so initial climb completed. You should get this back. We've also got 2 other things back. I don't think we've got any of the... I don't think we've got both SRBs back. We've got 1 back. Oh yes, we did. We've got both SRBs back. I did hear a collision again. Yes, I think it was a collision, but it just seemed to blow up one of them. But no, both SRBs, both space white, light 5 meters back. Okay, we should get this back as well. Okay, so I've got about 3 minutes and 40 seconds. We already have practice. I'll initiate the secularization bell. Once that's finished, we'll head back to Space Center and launch Kemini 8. Okay, a little bit too high the apparatuses with Kemini 8. It's not too bad though. Okay, about 85 at the periapsis, that's fine. Well, 15, almost 16 kilometers above the atmosphere, so it makes no difference. Okay, so head to the map view. It finishes auto-saving again. And we'll plot the TMI for Kemini 8, which is Rayson and Bill. And of course, I've got to mention that it's Val by herself in Kemini 7. So head to the map view. Okay, we have Kemini 8's TMI plotted. 759.8 meters per second. Got plenty of LH2 tank, we already know that. Okay, so we got first SRB back, second SRB, and from the previous launch from Kemini 7, we got the first stage back. So we did, yes we did. We also got that back. We also got this one back as well. Excellent. So we've got 2 SRBs from this flight, as well as the last flight that we just launched, as well as the first stage from this flight and the last flight. That's the last flight, I should say. 10,163 from this flight's first stage. Okay, not bad. So we've got 1 minute 10 seconds coming down to, and we shall begin the TMI burn. And once it's completed, check it very quickly and make sure it's about 150 kilometers. We can always modify it on the way there. So they both enter the sphere of influence of the Mun at roughly about the same altitude, so we're not doing too much messing around. Okay, almost finished. 10 seconds, obviously that's at full throttle. We'll throttle back. 15 meters a second. Okay, 5. 3 meters a second. Bit of a kick. One meter a second. Okay, slightly off. Slight overburn there. Okay, check the map view. Make sure it's about 150 kilometers or so. We can modify it on the way there. Modify both spacecrafts so they match about 100, between 100 and 150 between the two of them. Okay, so I'm going to come in a slight correction burn. Gone way over there. We did follow the maneuver node marker, but for some reason it seems to have overburned. So I bring it down to about 150. It's actually easy if you do it like this. Once you're in the vicinity. Yeah. So I mean, you just can't get it exact. Try out the RCS. Okay, there we go. 150.742. Was it only circularize to perform the capture burn around the Mun? It's going to change anyway, so regardless. Okay, we have Valentina's TMI plotted. I'm going to try and follow this same line, as you can see. So there's Kemini 8 on the way already. So our departure burn, I'm trying to match it as close as possible so we encounter the Mun roughly about the same time, but obviously we're not. We'll be there in 5 hours, 28 minutes and 40 seconds, according to this anyway. We haven't performed the burn yet. As we've already seen, things can change. So 817.1 meters per second, so slightly more delta V than Kemini 8. Well, that's fine, they've got plenty of stores on board. So we've got about 5 minutes and 30 seconds or so. It's a 5 minute and 7 second burn, as you can see there. Okay, 3 seconds, 2, 1. Okay, so I've disabled both LH2 tanks on both spacecraft. Cooling system. Takes far too much electric charge, and the fuel cells just can't keep up with them. But we've got loads of LH2. We don't need 3,000 delta V, that is for certain. Okay, so we've got 4 minutes and 40 seconds. It's a very long burn, as I already mentioned. Okay, it's almost finished. 8 seconds remaining. 7, 5. Let's throttle back a little bit. Okay, so once we've finished, we shall head to the map view. Any changes needed to be made, we'll change them right now. We'll perform those burns. Okay, not too bad. Not as bad as Kemini 8 anyway. 182.345. So going to correct that straight away. Well, it's within a few hundred meters of 150. We should be fine. Of course, we've got 5 hours 70 minutes, but that's SOI, I think. Yeah. It says periapsis, apoapsis, 1 day at 3 hours. But it doesn't mean that, it means here. Oh, 3 days there. Okay, whatever. Stand corrected. Let's look about 150 as best I can. I'll keep doing that. Okay, use the RCS. Spot on. Okay, so that is that. I'm going to turn it so it's facing prograde. Just to get the sun onto the cabin itself, onto the actual command pod. So we're not using electric charge to heat the pod. As you saw in the previous episode, we had a lot of electric charge being used because we was in shadow of the moon, but a slight panic there, but obviously it's nothing. Okay, so only these two arrive at the moon, perform the capture burns for both of them, and we shall begin the actual mission. Okay, we're with Valentina on Kemini 7. Got to make a manual capture burn. Got 17 minutes, just over 17 minutes. So periapsis. I'm going to bring it around as well as close as possible as 150 kilometers circularized. So we'll get into position now. No failures up to now. Okay, so with Kemini 8, and we've got a nice view of Kirby going over the horizon. Okay, so we've got about 8 minutes. Like the periapsis, so we'll perform the capture burn at that point. Again, another manual burn. Won't bother plotting it, there's no point. It's 150.741 kilometers. Okay, so almost finished. Again, we'll let the periapsis come down to 200 kilometers, just like before. This will be Kemini 7. We'll take a look at the map, see exactly where we are in relation to the target. Looks as though the apoapsis on, yeah, a little bit too much. Not a big deal. Okay, 153 by 100, a little bit higher. That's actually where I wanted it to be. So I think we will leave Ray and Bill, and we'll let Valentina perform the rendezvous manoeuvres. So we'll be doing all the manoeuvres with Kemini 7. So I'll leave these in orbit. Exactly where they are, 153.026 by 100.053. 106 monoprop. We've also got the auxiliary monoprop tanks in there, so that's not a problem. So I've got half an LH2 tank and oxidizer, that's fine. I'm going to dump all this out before we leave them. If it actually lets me. Saves mass. I'm going to dump that. Going to put that in. Electric charge as well. Into the command pod. You want the command pod's stores being used last, not first. Okay, waste we're going to dump. Waste water we're going to dump. And we don't want to dump the water. Okay, that's about that. Okay, so obviously Rendezvous, they'll come from behind. Valentine will come from behind. So we're going to point backwards still. So we'll leave them at retrograde. Turn the motor off. Turn the RCS off. Alright, so I'm going to leave these two. I'm going to head over back to Valentine and Kemini 7. Okay, we're back with Val on Kemini 7. I'm going to bring the altitude down. They're about halfway. They're like opposite sides of the Mun. She's at 153.6 by 100, so almost exactly the same. We are separating slightly, so I want to go under. Of course, the longer we take to do this, the longer we are going to be out here, and the longer that is, we're more likely to be able to get failures. So I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible without using too much. Okay, so second manoeuvre coming up. Little kick. Coming on to 95, just over 95 kilometers. Of course, such tiny correction like this is probably better with RCS. That's about right, 95.043 versus 100.053, that's not too bad. Okay, so it's still going to take 2 days, time to transfer 2 days, 4 hours. Okay, so I'm going to carry on. So we'll come down. Because we can't come down too far. Down to 90, so taking 5 kilometre increments, so we can bring that down to just a few hours. We can't stay on here for 2 days. Well, we could do, but more likely to get failures, as I've already said. Okay, so we'll head down to the periapsis and bring the apoapsis down another 10 kilometres down to 133. Okay, another correction, Ben. Down to 133. Whoa, slightly over. Can't be doing that. Okay, that will do. Very strange, we're still actually separating out. That's very strange. 1 day, 2 hours. Damn. Must be because the radium is smaller around the Mun. The orbit is much lower. So velocity has to be much higher, obviously. Let's go a little bit more. Come on to 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we'll leave it there. 1, 2, 3, and we'll see exactly how quickly we can Just says 1 day there, 5 minutes. So that's only 6 hours, I suppose. Okay, so we've gone around a good few times. We're down to 98 kilometers separation. So I'm going to push the apoapsis, the periapsis, going to push the apoapsis up to about 5 kilometers under or so. Looks like they're closing very rapidly though. Go back up to 153. If I push now, I don't think it'll work. "24 seconds, 22, 21. Yep, obviously it's rapidly. Got to 148. Okay, we've got to 149. If it actually lets me. Okay, it means me about 4 kilometers under the altitude of Kemini 8. That should be fine. Once we get round to the apoapsis, we'll push the periapsis up as well. Okay, so approaching the closest approach is 11.8 kilometers. Relative speed there at that point will be 84.2. But then just under 90 seconds. So I'm going to burn retro relative to the target's velocity. We've also got to try to correct this. We're completely out of phase. I forgot to check about the phasing. So obviously Valentin on a slightly faster trajectory was slightly off phase compared to Kemini 8. So that will be corrected as well with his burn. It's about 60 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds. We'll go a little bit earlier. We don't have to correct state and think, well, so we'll need to correct it anyway, so. You see the phase coming down now. Hopefully not too far away, but we need to actually be 30 meters a second, 25. Meters a second. 3 meters a second. 2. 1 meter a second. As quick as this is possible. Yeah, autosave every single time. So point towards the target, see if we can actually catch them up. Yeah, we are slightly out, aren't we? The set point now is 88 kilometers, obviously that's a wider gap. And we've got plenty of delta V, so might as well use it while we can. .2, 25. So keep an eye on this. We'll keep pushing. Okay, there we go. So closest approach is 3.3 meters per second and 10.2 kilometers. A little bit more. Of course, the closer you are to the phase, and the direction, the actual line direction of the target, the lower your relative velocity will be. So don't really have to worry about this so much. 4.2, 4 kilometres. If anywhere within 4 and 3 kilometres, it should be fine. Come on, 2.8. I'll leave it at 2,000 metres. 34.4 metres per second. I've got a retrograde relative to velocity of the target again. Okay, so we've got just under 5 minutes. Okay, just under 30 seconds. So we are moving away from the target now. So bring relative velocity down to as close to 0 as possible. 20, 18, 17, 16, 15. 10 meters a second closure. We're at 1900 meters. One, whoa, slightly over. Okay, let's point the target. Give a little kick. So a fair distance away. I've got to 5 meters per second. Of course, manoeuvring with these large LH2 tanks attached will be quite difficult. We've got plenty of Delta V in the spacecraft still, which we should have. But we are down a third of monoprop. Okay, never mind. Okay, I've got world's first and also contract parameter. That's one of the parameters of the 3 parameters that we've got to complete the contract. So perform the rendezvous manoeuvre around the Moon. Keep an eye on the distance while I'm reading this. 14,976, 1 size and 2 reputation. Beautiful. Synchronized free falling isn't nearly as daunting as it sounds. It's exactly the same as the orbit and rendezvous around Kerbin. 46,080, 3 size and 5 reputation. That's very welcome. Okay. 15 coming down to 1,500 meters. No, 1,600 meters. And 6 is 0.1 kilometers, 100 meters. At that point, that's nice and gentle. That's nice. So it saves on Delta V as well. Like I said at the beginning, we don't want to sort of just because we've got it, don't want to use it because at some point in the future we might not have it. Okay. It'll take a few more minutes to work our way in. But from the final braking manoeuvre, I can't see a damn thing. Because typically we're doing this in the dark. 150 meters. I'm going to brake to as close to 0 as possible. Let's point towards the target. We use RCS from now on. So it should be within 140 meters off the nose. Can't see a damn thing. Okay, docking lights on. Control from the docking port. It's definitely there. Let's wait till we go on to the daylight side. Let's bring up the... Yep, 32.2. 140 is the distance. We're actually heading away. Okay. See if I can correct that. Don't think I actually need to. We're not going to be docking. Not for this mission. Okay, we'll wait till we get onto the light side and hopefully it should be right here. Can I see a gap in the stars? Don't think I can. Okay, there's Kemini 8. It was parked right in front of us. Okay. I'm going to close in a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Use RCS. Okay, we're back with Kemini 8 with Rayson and Bill. So now Bill is going to perform the first EVA and transfer himself over to Val on Kemini 7. Okay, his SES is on. Those is turned off. Okay, we're going to EVA in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, let go straight away, Bill. Okay, turn round. Because we could target the... No, we can't. We can with the... when engineering ducts, but we won't bother. I have no idea what he's saying. He hasn't turned his radio on. He'd be saying something. Probably help. Okay, so we've got contract parameter completed. Essentially, wait now, get back into the vessel before this turns into a rescue mission. That's the EVA. 34,560, 2 sites and 4 reputation. And the world's first, we have performed the first spacewalk in orbit of the Moon. 9,360, 1 site and 1 reputation. That's nice. Yeah, not too far, Bill. Second EVA report, even though we're not being asked to. Yeah, where is it? There we go. Ooh, 9.6 more. We'll keep that. See how those Monarch canyons down below. They're sure impressive. Nothing like Kerbin's, of course. Well, I don't know about that. Nice and gentle. Don't want to get sick now, do we? Of course, this is easy if you don't have the if you deselect EVA cables, rotate to camera direction. If you deselect that, it's actually much easier. It's just like a spacecraft then. The problem is you don't have fine control like with the RCS on the board of the craft. So it gets rather jumpy, rather like that. 10 towards. That should be good enough. Yep, there we go. Okay, grab one built as soon as you get the... So I tap the... What is it again? Is it the F key? Yeah, of course it is. F to grab. Excellent. Okay. In you go, Bob. Bill, Sorry, Bob. I mean Bill. Let's get those two mixed up. Excellent. Hardly any closure at all between two vessels. 0.08 of a metre. Not too bad. And the whole of Kirby... Well, if they had telescopes anyway, they'll be watching. Obviously there wasn't. And the world's first. Good start with that. So we have performed a crew transfer near the moon. 9,984. 1 size and 2 reputation. And it's one of the exploration of the moon. It was successful, but who knows what other secrets it holds. 82,368 altogether. That's a like a bonus at the end. So you get the 3-part bonus, the 3-part rewards, and then the bonus at the end. 7 size and 14 reputation on top of the money as well. That's nice. So a few snack breaks, some counselling, and these crew members will be good as new. 46,080, 3 size and 5 reputation. That's it. I think so. Unless we've got some other stuff to do around the mon. Not for this flight though. Yep. I think that's it. Okay, that's the 3 objectives. We've got those 3. Was it 3? World's first? Yeah, it was. Rendezvous, world's first. Transfer of crew, world's first. And EVA, world's first from the mon. Alright, nothing else to do. But we shall let these 2 sets of crew head back to Kerbin. Okay, so we have, first of all, we have Valentina and Bill recovered on Kemini 7. 9.6 size earned. Nice. Give a report while in space high over the moon. Recovered vessel returned from orbit of the... Oh, yeah, we don't get anything for that. That's fine. Oh, 2,410 funds. No experience gained. Oh, right, whatever. Okay. Surprising, though. So nothing for Valentina, even though she just performed the first Rendezvous in Moon orbit, but nothing for that. But Bill's got 3. So he's searching 50 or more science points. That's got nothing to do with the Moon. And the first Kerbal in 0 atmosphere around the Moon. Okay. And I'm going to find the first Kerbal on EVA in a stable orbit around the Moon. So that's 2 for the EVA. 1 just for standard research. But nothing for Val. So I don't think Ray's going to get anything either then. Okay, let's head back to Ray, who is approaching the atmosphere now. Okay, so that's Ray fully recovered. And Kemini 8. Didn't get any science at all, which isn't surprising. So we've got 102.0. I think it says 101 there. Slight discrepancy, maybe. Okay, 750, slightly less yet. Was almost out of monoprop for the fuel cell. So we do need to take a look at the stores of the fuel cell. Because also we're using monoprop for the RCS as well as the main thruster. So maybe it might be time to change that. Maybe adapt the service module to use a different type of fuel for a different engine. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, no experience. Just like Val. And a ribbon. Ah. Oh dear. So nothing specific to this particular mission. Flight Mach 3 below 30 kilometers. Oh dear. Alright, so that's in this episode. That's the first rendezvous around the Moon. The first transfer of crew between 2 vessels around the Moon. As well as the first EVA around the Moon. Obviously in future, there'll be more and more Kerbals doing that routinely. But right now, it's the first time we've done that. It's got a lot of... Oh, look at that. 580,252 cash. 102 size already mentioned. We've got... Yeah, more than we covered what we lost when I had to cancel a contract a while ago now. We're getting well into the... almost into the... Is that turquoise? Or is it blue? No, that's blue. It's turquoise then. Reputation. Okay, that's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to click like. It is appreciated. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy the content. That is also very much appreciated. Also, share with your friends or anyone basically who you may think is interested or may be interested in this series or any series on my channel. Sharing with them is very much appreciated. It does help the channel very, very, very much. It's very much appreciated. Okay, we have Discord, Facebook, and Twitter. You find it's all 3 of those platforms on the banner and front page of the channel. I spend most of my time on Twitter. That's where they'll catch me the most, right now at least. Okay, obviously if you want to leave a comment or ask a question, you're more than welcome to do so. Alright, so once again, thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the very next episode. In the meantime, as always, take care and bye-bye.